and confusion continues in Floyd County over an annexation proposal.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Justin Case. Heavy rains battered southern and eastern Kentucky. Behind me is the scene in Bell County's Jensen community earlier today. Brian O'Brien sent us this evening. With more rain in the forecast, our weather team continues to watch the potential for more problems later this week. Andrew, what do the trends look like?
Yeah, Justin, you said it best. It was a mess earlier this afternoon, and we could be looking at more problems later this week. Of course, we take a look at Pinpoint Doppler, a much quieter no, but notice all the flood warnings out for our rivers, the Kentucky River, the South Fork River, really the Cumberland River as well. And depending on your location, you're going to be looking at these continuing all the way through Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Of course, you can find the full details of those on WYMT.com. But you'll notice satellite radar, multiple rounds of rain expected, and the temperatures now still mild. It's 59 in Hazard, 54 in Jackson, with 56 in Harlan. And so far, according to the Kentucky Mesonet, rain sits midnight, most of us sitting in 1 to 2 inches of rain. You add in another 1 to 2 isolated spots of 3 with this second system, and we could be looking at a repeat, if not maybe a little bit more problem activity as we head into the weekend. So Justin, we'll have a full look at that weekend forecast and everything we know at this time coming up in a few short minutes.
Andrew, thank you. With all of this rain, rivers are a big concern. One river officials are paying close attention to is the Cumberland River. It is expected to crest by Thursday afternoon near Cumberland Falls. And even though we are seeing a break in the rain, officials with the Cumberland Falls State Park say the worst is yet to come.
The Cumberland River above the falls drains about 2,000 square miles of land, so you figure however much rain they've gotten from like Harlan area and all the way down, yeah, it can rise quite a bit more than it is now.
Right now, the Williamsburg location is expected to reach minor flood stage at 22.7 feet. This is forecast through Saturday afternoon. Manholes in Corbin are spilling sewage into streets during heavy rain. Officials at the Corbin City Utilities Commission say the manholes on Master Street are spilling sewage, and they say 100-year-old fragile pipes are to blame. They say it's in its current condition. There's really not a whole lot they can do to keep the sewage from coming out, but they can deal with the problems after.
There's nothing we can do while it's overflowing, but after it overflows and the water goes back down, we do go to those areas and clean the site up and disinfect it with chlorine.
Officials say they have already had to raise their rates up to 30% for current projects and hope to find funding soon to fix the manholes. The rain has stopped for now, but the water remains high in many parts of Kentucky. Many roads are underwater and some are even closed until the flooding goes down. Those in Rockcastle County say throughout the day the water has continued to rise. Angela Reiger talked with people living in the area.
At this restaurant on Lake Linville, people have quite the view.
Well, I seen the pictures on Facebook and I was like, that's crazy. And I told him we might have to drive the truck to come down here and eat.
The once scenic lake is now simply surprising.
I can't believe it. I mean, it floods easy down here, but I didn't know it'd be this high.
Where you used to be able to walk or drive would now require a boat. The water is certainly getting high in this campground area. You can see it getting so close to these campers and some of these picnic tables starting to be underwater. If you look over here, I talked with a man who says his family actually owns 4 of these. They plan to move them back because they just want to be safe.
Have you ever seen it like this?
No, never.
Rosalind Baker came to check on her boat.
I think I'll come back down and retie it just to make sure.
She can't get to the ramp. It's underwater.
I thought, oh my goodness.
That was the reaction many people had just driving around. Renfro Creek Road is nearly washed away. WKYT weather watcher Jordan Smith snapped these photos across town. He says as quickly as the water came, it went.
Just since I come here, it has already went down from where it has been, so it is going down pretty quickly.
But with more rain on the way this weekend, people are certainly keeping a close eye on things.
If it gets any higher, I'm not going to be going because it's almost, I mean, it's not to the road, but it's getting there.
Reporting in Rockcastle County, Angela Reiger, WKYT.
For the 6th time, a hillside in Floyd County has slid. Since the beginning of January, officials have been watching this spot along Kentucky 1428 as it drops tons of mud onto the roadway. Around 9 Wednesday morning, the hillside gave way again, forcing crews to shut the road down. Now they are about to throw their towels in, admitting they wish it was snowing.
It's been really bad. You got more slides. I'd rather see the snow than the rain because you've got a lot more slides and stuff now. It's just hard to keep up with.
Officials say when it is safe for workers to start on it, they will clear it back open to at least one lane. Another mudslide this afternoon blocked a portion of 1088 in Knott County. The road connects the Vico community with the Lots Creek community. It was shut down for a little more than an hour. Mud, trees, and other debris filled the road. The slide was not far from one man's home. He says he's glad it was not worse.
It's bad. It makes you think the house is going to slide off next. It's going to affect the people down the holler, you know. Up in the other forks, you know, they just have to go down around Lots, you know, down through Lots Creek.
The road is now back open, but if you're traveling through that area, still expect some delays. The old Harlan City Hall building in downtown Harlan is no more. The old building was torn down. The Harlan Police Department were the last group to occupy it. Officials say the structure of the building was not very sound. They hope by tearing it down, it will showcase the downtown and highlight a prominent building, the Harlan Center.
We believe that it'll open up the entrance to the city and make it a little bit more attractive to see downtown. But we think we've got some plans for the space in the future. We're just not sure what we're going to do with it yet. Nothing's put in stone yet.
Brandon Pennington says it could be anything from extra parking to a possible pavilion. South Main Street is blocked off. Things got heated at the special called meeting in the city of Martin this evening. A crowd of more than 100 people came to make their voices heard, most of them desperate for answers or really any information at all about an annexation proposal by the city. What they got was the mayor, Samuel Howell, walking out of the building just seconds after the proposal's first reading. I was there tonight as city officials left people with more questions than answers. Here is the current annexation ordinance. City officials are proposing to annex the state roadways surrounding the city of Martin. The nearly 100 people here waiting in the rain are trying to get answers, fearing the annexation could then lead to businesses and possibly communities.
That has just been the entire everything with this. They don't want to tell us anything, and it's all been quiet, hush, hush.
Seconds after the first reading of the ordinance, this happened. That's Mayor Samuel Howell walking out of the building before a single question could be asked. He refused to talk with us at all, except for saying the story we reported earlier this month on the annexation was not accurate. Other city council members say the annexation proposal only focuses on the state roads and nothing else. Here's an earlier interview indicating otherwise.
How does that benefit the city of Martin then?
Well, annexing the roads only don't, but that will give us leeway to go ahead later with the annexing of the businesses. We can do that. As far as residents, that's got to go on a ballot, November ballot, the people votes on it.
People at the meeting fear what could happen if any of those options become reality. They say they are frustrated with the mayor.
He ain't much of a mayor to walk out. And there were over 100 people in there, and he walked out on everybody.
After Mayor Samuel Howell walked out, some city council members stayed but couldn't answer any questions from the crowd about the proposal.
The only thing we heard was, I don't know. Well, we'll stand here and let you ask this question, but we're still not going to give you any information you want. It's I don't know. We'll get back with you.
All city officials, including the mayor and the city attorney, refused to comment on the proposal. Most of the people at the meeting are fearful of potential taxes that could come along with an annexation. Previously, city officials said one of their goals is to increase tax revenue through the annexation. Tonight was the first reading of the proposal. A vote will not be taken until a second reading of the ordinance. City officials also could not say when that might be. We are less than 2 weeks away from the special election for the 31st District Senate seat. It opened up after Ray Jones won his campaign for Pike County Judge Executive in November. The 31st district includes Pike, Martin, Lawrence, Elliott, and Morgan counties. As the race for the 31st district Senate seat heats up, the candidates want to lay out the facts.
The fact that I'm pro-life, pro-gun, and pro-coal.
And I'm here to fight for our people. I'm here to fight for investment.
Democrat Darrell Pugh and Republican Philip Wheeler may not agree on everything, but they do find common ground in economics. Both campaigns talk about ways they plan to grow the economy and bring in new businesses. The special election is on Tuesday, March 5th. This week, pharmacists in Letcher County are seeing an uptick in flu prescriptions to help stop it from spreading. Jenkins Independent School officials and some other school districts are closed for the rest of the week. Students went home sick on Friday hoping to beat the flu, but on Monday, school attendance dropped to 80%. With 5 of 10 NTI days used for winter weather, Jenkins school officials say using 4 more gives janitors time to disinfect all surfaces, which they hope keeps them in session for the rest of the year. Boggs pharmacy officials say many prescriptions are filled during flu season, but this might be one of the worst years.
We have probably sold at least 10 Tamiflu prescriptions each day over the last few days.
Pharmacists say it is never too late to get your flu shot. They say the vaccination could prevent sickness from spreading more in the coming months. If you visit the East Kentucky Science Center and Planetarium, you may notice some changes. Recently, the center installed a new state-of-the-art lighting system. This new system uses the technology of Cobb LEDs. Director Steve Russo says this is the upgrade every planetarium needs, and it will change your entire experience.
When people come in here, they're going to notice the difference. The lights are brighter. We can do different patterns around the room. Before, we could just put up single colors. So when people come in here, they're going to notice the difference, and it'll make for a better experience here in the dome.
The new lighting system was made possible by a donation from Dr. Chandra Varia. Those lights are able to generate more than 18 quintillion color combinations. Coming up at 11, a case that haunted police for more than 45 years finally solved. Take a look at how a private DNA company helped with the investigation.
And the rain chances might be done for now, but another system will arrive later this week. We'll break down what we know coming up.